Just looking forward to SEC championships. It's the premier conference in the country. Everybody's really good in this meet, and if anything's going to prepare us for a postseason run, it'll be this meet. So, um, just go out there and try to get one more opportunity under our belt to get better, and to get better against some of the best teams in the country is it's a great opportunity for us to figure ourselves out.
How do you kind of, as far as like what you want to get accomplished? I know, um, uh, like with vault, I know you want to be better, but then it's like, okay, well, if we don't get a 4.95, it's still fine. Like, well, what kind of goal do you want to set? Because I know in recent weeks it's been let's get 8 deep, right, and let's try
Hmm.
some new people.
Hmm.
So maybe what is the goal on vault this meet?
Well, I think the original goal. Look, the goal on every event is to be 8 deep before January, like eight where they're interchangeable. Not just 8 people who can do the event, eight that are interchangeable, because then you actually can challenge each other and you can figure out in January who are the best, where they need to be, that type of stuff. And you're preparing in case something happens, sickness, injury, any of that type of stuff. Vault was just late. We entered January with 5.5 vaults, and we're finally at 8 vaults at this point, and we are at 610 vaults periodically. When things are going well, we have the ability to go to 610 vaults, and that might be really really important at some point in the postseason. So to me, that's the goal, and we accomplished that at Nashville. We accomplished it at Georgia, but we weren't very deep at Georgia. We still weren't a consistent 8 deep. So we are really at a point now where I think the athletes believe they're 8 deep on vault, but it's just late. I mean, bars was 8 deep in February, and it took them a while to believe it. They were 8 deep on beam and floor in December, and so no wonder we started pretty strong because they came in with a really really good mindset in January on those two events. So we are there, and I think they saw that last week. I think they saw the results on bars of their work ethic and the approach. So, and I was happy with vault. Vault, we could have been better, obviously, um, but it was still it's a step in the right direction, and I mean it's a process. We're getting better on vault.
How big was that? You kind of mentioned it, but how big is that on bars to put it together and then almost, the vaulters could just look at that and see, you can put it together at any time, right?
Well,
How
most
big
of the
is it?
girls are the same people,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you put it together anywhere, that was the frustration. Look, in January and February, the frustration is we've got it on these two events and we can't figure it out on these two events. And it wasn't that we weren't good on those events. It was the frustration that they saw the potential, they saw where we could go, and they were frustrated it was taking so long to get there. So I think there's a little bit of relief that, hey, we know the secret now. We figured it out. It's the approach off the event as you get to the event, and it's the practices leading up to it to believe that. I mean, look, it's real. You have to believe that you're replaceable, so that you get your edge back. If you're not replaceable, it's really hard to keep your edge up in 3.5 months of this sport.
If if on vault, so you go into regional week on vault, and if all 8 are healthy, right? I mean, do you go to warm ups and you've got options with your starting lineup, or do you try to figure it out before then, or what's
Yeah,
kind of
that's a
the time?
really good question.
What's the
I have four
timetable?
vault lineups written up right now.
Okay.
Um, Here's the deal: like the Sweet 16, we're probably going to be second event on vault. Second vault's probably our second event. So we're going to have to make a determination on what it's going to take to get to the Elite Eight, what score it's going to take. I have the math figured out on what it's done the last 5 years, what score it's going to take. And if you have a full that can score a certain spot, a certain level first, and that's all it'll take, you might take that chance. If you have 610 vaults, you have a half a tenth more leeway that if you make a mistake, you can still hit that score. We don't have enough data on our team at this point to know who can score what. We've got four, but there's two, the other four, two in the lineup and two out of the lineup, we have to have data on. So I need data at SECs. I might start with Olivia Greaves and finish with Cassie. I might start with Sydney and finish with Paige. I might finish with Cassie and put Paige fifth. I might start with Sophia. I might finish with Sophia. Um, the The good thing is there's a lot of data on Sophia. I know what she'll do, and if she's healthy, we've got good data. I don't have a lot of data on some of these others, so I don't like to do that at SEC championships, but it's not really going to affect our score as much as it's going to affect possibly what the plan is for regionals.
Right. So you could get in a position where you could take a risk or not, and I'm not asking you to divulge which one, but you just want options, right? You want to be able to be like, okay, we could take a risk, or we could play it safe, or
Yeah.
and when you have this, you have more options. When you have
So
more.
if there's a safe route, let's just be let's be as brutally honest as we can. If there's a safe route to get through the round of 32 to get to the Sweet 16, what's that going to score? What is that? I might want to see what that safe route is at this point, and that would be a full. Look, that could be two fulls in the lineup, right? What's that score? 49-2, 49-2-5. Right now, I believe. I mean, just the math states we have to go 49-3 or 49-3-5. We need to add a 49-3 or above on vault in order to get the score that puts us in the Elite Eight. Because bars has proven it can go 49-4, probably can repeat that, and the other two events can go 49-4-5 and probably repeat that. We need a 197-8 to guarantee the math in the last few years. That gives us an 80% chance of getting to the Elite Eight.
Y'all know all that math? Does he tell you all that, or is it just?
Sometimes they look just like that. Oh.
So I'm just curious what with the relationship with them and what you tell them and what you've got calculated. Is it? I mean, how do you try to get the most out of them as far as like, okay, let's.
They just have to trust the process, right? Because we still have All-American status available this weekend. We still have All-SEC status available this weekend. I'm trying to keep in mind that they deserve those awards, and if you're close and what score do you need, I might have to put you in a different position. There's a lot of that stuff that's available, and then that stuff has to also be available at the regional meet. So, yeah, sometimes you're willing to take a slightly lower score in the round of 32 to get through, but you might put an individual athlete or two in a really good position to qualify on as well. So there's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. It's not just go out there, score the biggest score you can, and move on. If it was, if that's the case, then you have to feel you're guaranteed to get to the next round. And if you're not guaranteed to get to the next round, which I think quite a few are not, then you got to play the game.